Beyond Google search, blockchain, AI, and mapping the Internet of Value. Introduction, the cracks in the search empire. For over 2 decades, Google search has served as the front door to the Internet. With a simple query box and a powerful indexing engine, it monetized the world's information, turning the hyperlink into a multi-billion-dollar pipeline. But something fundamental is shifting. Generative AI has introduced a new interface paradigm. Instead of being shown 10 blue links, users now receive direct answers. These models don't route, they resolve. They don't refer, they respond. This shift is more than a UX upgrade. It challenges the very architecture of how content, traffic, and value flow online. The question isn't whether AI will disrupt search. It's whether Google will see past the temptation to optimize the old game and instead build the map for the next one. This exposition makes the case that Google's true opportunity lies not in fighting to preserve link-based search, but in mapping the Internet of Value, a machine-coordinated, blockchain-enabled future where agents, not users, do the browsing and the transacting. 2. The innovator's dilemma at Google scale. Google is a victim of its own brilliance. Its search product is so dominant and its monetization so wildly successful that it's become nearly impossible to pivot without undermining its core business. The traditional model is simple. Google indexes content, users search and click, advertisers bid on intent, traffic flows, content monetizes, and everyone gets paid. But generative AI skips the link. It delivers the result directly, often with no need for the underlying page. This is already happening in areas like basic Q&A, summarized knowledge, travel tips, product comparisons. At first, it's only the lowest value queries that disappear. But over time, as agents become more capable, even high-intent searches, insurance, real estate, B2B services will be executed without touching a website. This puts Google in a bind. To protect its revenue, it must preserve the click. But to compete in AI, it must kill it. That's the classic innovator's dilemma, magnified by $100 billion in annual ad revenue. 3. The rise of agents and the collapse of the link economy. In the next phase of the internet, users won't just ask questions, they'll delegate goals. Imagine telling your AI assistant, plan me a 3-day trip to Lisbon, book the flights, and split the Airbnb with Sarah. You don't want search result, you want an outcome. And you expect the agent to compare prices, read reviews, transact, and coordinate, all on your behalf. This is the real disruption. Autonomous agents, powered by large models, will navigate the web not through search queries, but through APIs, smart contracts, and machine-readable systems. The traditional web, designed for human browsing, isn't built for this. And the ad model that funds it begins to collapse when no one clicks. The economic fuel of the link economy, SEO, traffic arbitrage, affiliate networks, dries up. Section 4. Reframing Google's identity, the map maker of the internet. Google's core competence has never been just search. It's mapping. It maps the web through PageRank, the earth through Google Maps, the video knowledge graph through YouTube, the human genome of language through its work in large language models. The true skill is structuring chaos into usable form. That's not just information retrieval, it's coordination. And that's where the next opportunity lies. The internet is evolving from a world of documents to a world of agents, and from pages built for human readers to protocols designed for autonomous action. What needs mapping now isn't just knowledge, it's the infrastructure of value itself. This means mapping smart contracts and decentralized protocols, indexing stablecoins, synthetic assets, on-chain credentials, translating blockchain metadata into formats AI agents can navigate. Just as Google once mapped the chaos of early websites into a usable internet, it now has the chance to map the machine-coordinated world if it chooses to step beyond links and into logic. V. Blockchain as the internet's coordination layer. Enter blockchain, not as hype, but as infrastructure. Where AI solves for intelligence, blockchain solves for coordination. It enables global consensus on who owns what, who did what, and who owes whom, without central intermediaries. It allows for programmable assets, verified identity, and enforceable agreements, core components for autonomous agents acting in the world. If AI agents are to take actions, send money, sign contracts, verify trust, they need a reliable substrate to operate on. That's what blockchain offers. Examples: stablecoins enable sub-penny, real-time payments, perfect for agent-to-agent commerce. Decentralized identity systems allow agents to verify counterparties without doxing users. Smart contracts let agents execute tasks with no need for human follow-up. These are not future hypotheticals, they're working systems. What's missing is the master map to tie them together. And this is where Google could step in, not to own the system, but to index and coordinate it. The Internet of Value, what it looks like. In this new paradigm, the web is no longer a set of pages. It's a set of systems. Pages say, here's the information. Systems say, here's the outcome. Imagine an internet where a user's AI negotiates a freelance contract directly with a DAO, a game engine pays royalties to a composable library of creators as assets are used, a supply chain agent books logistics and pays in stablecoins, all on-chain ends. Every action is programmable, verifiable, attributable. This is the Internet of Value, a machine-readable, transaction-enabled substrate for autonomous coordination. It doesn't replace the human web, but it underpins it. Just as TCP/IP underpinned the Web 1.0 and search underpinned the attention economy, this layer will underpin autonomous economic activity, but only if it can be mapped, indexed, and trusted. This content is brought to you by Bobby Giggs. Promote your brand here and reach a wide audience across platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow the links in the description to get started. Section 7. Strategic Playbook. What Google should do next. Google is uniquely positioned to play offense, not by competing with AI chat tools, but by coordinating the infrastructure agents will rely on. Here's the strategic playbook. 1. Embrace the agent economy. Rather than forcing Gemini into the search box, Google should lean into agentic interfaces as a new paradigm. Gemini could be an AI layer that executes, not just answers, a framework for secure, verifiable AI-to-AI transactions, a trust layer that learns to operate within protocols, not atop websites. If agents become the new browsers, Gemini should be the best co-pilot, fluent in digital contracts, decentralized finance, and programmatic commerce. 2. Build the blockchain interoperability map. Google already indexes the web. Now it should index Ethereum, Solana, and Layer 2 networks, key smart contracts and token standards, oracles, bridges, reputation networks, DAOs. The goal, create the Google Maps of blockchain, not for humans, but for AI agents. This involves creating schema standards for on-chain data, building machine-readable registries for contracts and identities, offering APIs that translate blockchain chaos into coherent agent action. 3. Reimagine PageRank for protocols. Google's original innovation wasn't crawling, it was ranking. A 2025 equivalent could be a protocol rank, a way of evaluating which on-chain systems are trustworthy, performant, and composable, based on usage, verifiability, uptime, financial volume, and network effects. This becomes the index layer for AI agents, helping them decide where to route actions, trust data, and deploy capital. Just as PageRank helped humans navigate a messy web of hyperlinks, Protocol Rank could help intelligent agents navigate a decentralized, machine-readable economy. Monetize coordination, not content. Google doesn't need to cling to ads on static pages. Instead, it can. Monetize agent infrastructure, e.g. APIs, maps, execution gateways. Offer enterprise-grade trust layers and identity services. Provide attribution and licensing tools for on-chain content, data, and IP. The shift is from indexing content to enabling action, from clicks to coordination, from ads to architecture. 8. Risks, trade-offs, and second-order effects. No strategic leap is without cost. Here's what needs to be acknowledged. Risk 1, fragmentation versus interoperability. If Google doesn't act, others will. Apple, Meta, Amazon, and emerging AI-native startups may wall off agent ecosystems. The result? Walled gardens for intelligent agents. The open internet's future may depend on having a shared map and trust layer, a role Google could play but won't own forever. Risk 2, content collapse and IP attribution. As agents consume and generate more content, copyright and IP models will come under strain. The risk is that creators are disincentivized and generative quality collapses. A blockchain-based attribution system, something Google could help standardize, might allow creators to be compensated for downstream AI use. Risk 3, over-centralization by default. If no one builds an open coordination layer, AI-native monopolies will. The choice isn't between Google Search and ChatGPT, it's between a federated, mapped, verifiable web, and a handful of API gatekeepers. IX Conclusion, a new covenant for the next internet. The original internet worked because of a silent pact, content in exchange for traffic. That pact is breaking. AI breaks it, agents replace it, but something must come next. A new covenant built not on clicks and snippets, but on programmable value and autonomous coordination. Google, if it chooses, could help architect that future, mapping blockchain systems for intelligent agents, providing infrastructure for AI to AI commerce, creating the indexing logic for the Internet of Value. It won't be easy. It may cost billions in short-term cannibalization, but it would secure Google's place not as the search engine of the past, but as the coordination layer for the next economy. The question is no longer, how does Google win at AI? It's, will Google help map the future or get mapped by it?